Hello, I'm back. Yeah, I'm back. I took 2 weeks off. I binged like 5.5 seasons of 30 Rock, and now I am back to the Vampire Diaries. I just needed like a little break. Now I have officially started watching season 2. The first episode was crazy. Because I took this little break, this 2-week break, I forgot how I felt about all of the characters. And so I was watching this and I was like, I kind of like Catherine. I was like, I don't really remember why I don't like her. Kathy, we're on a nickname basis right now, and I'm kind of a fan of Kathy. If Kathy really wanted Uncle John Gilbert dead, I think she would have been able to seal the deal. Like, she's a vampire, she has super speed, she can manipulate people. She could have just stabbed a couple more times. Jeremy. Like, what an idiot. I called that. I was like, I don't think that this is actually gonna kill him. It didn't. I have a feeling it's not gonna work. I'm not really an expert on the subject, but I feel like pills weren't the way to go. On the note of me, like, forgetting everything from the first season, I, like, entirely forgot that Caroline even existed. Sorry, Caroline. Still a big fan of Marilyn. However, if Matt and Caroline break up and Bonnie and Matt becomes a thing, I am going to be furious. Just no. Caroline, she was just super happy laying in that hospital bed, and I was like, Caroline, there might be some PTSD in your future. We need to address cute Uncle Mason. Now, he is no hot Uncle Cooper from One Tree Hill. I will tell you that for free. So, cute Uncle Mason, that's what we'll go with. He's a werewolf, for sure. The minute I looked at him, I was like, oh, we're introducing like another father figure for Tyler. This headache junk, the headache junk that Bonnie keeps pulling on all these vampires, like, just stop, Bonnie. Just stop. Stop existing. Hats off to Nina Dobrev. She's playing 2 characters at the exact same time, and it cannot be easy to be able to swap that acting so well and so consistently. My biggest question in all of this is, why do they sound the exact same? Catherine, as the episode kept going on, I was like, this girl's really smooth. She's really smooth, and I'm kind of a fan. When she started beating up Bonnie, I think that's when I officially became a fan. I was like, yep, absolutely, go to town, beat up Bonnie. I'm good with it. We had a weird interaction between Jeremy and Tyler. So guys, I am calling it right now. I think Tyler and Jeremy is going to happen. Oh, guys, that scene where Damon, like, forces himself on Elena, and then when Jeremy walks in, and he just goes over, and he just breaks Jeremy's neck. My jaw was on the floor. I was like, oh no, Jeremy's gonna be a vampire. 10 seconds later, who is becoming a vampire now? Caroline. What? To round out episode 1, we need to acknowledge bingo. I made 25 predictions for this season. We now have crossed off 3 of them. Number 1, Catherine is using Caroline to send a message, so we can cross that one off. Number 2, not necessarily consensual on both sides, but Elena and Damon did kiss. And it was actually Elena this time. Check that off. And number 3, someone who we thought was dead isn't actually dead. We had 3 instances of this. Number 1, we thought that Uncle John Gilbert was dead going into this. He was not. Number 2, we thought Jeremy might be dead with the whole pill situation. And number 3, we thought Jeremy was probably dead again when Damon snapped his neck, but he had the ring on. So, yeah, I can't wait for episode 2. This was interesting. First, the PTSD that Jeremy must have between, like, his parents dying, Vicky dying, Anna dying, him wanting to become a vampire, trying to kill himself, and it not working, and then Damon snapping his neck. Poor Jeremy. I think it's pretty obvious that Caroline is a vampire. We knew that was coming. Tyler. Now, I'm still not a huge fan of Tyler, but what I do approve of is that body. Yeah. I didn't see Kathy this episode, and I don't think she was in it. Kathy was really missed. Catherine. The poor Carney guy. Literally just wrong place, wrong time. Like, first the fight with Tyler, then Caroline kills him. Like, just poor guy. I do love that it is entirely Bonnie's fault that Caroline is a vampire. Because in the hospital, Caroline was dying, and Damon was like, I could give her some of my blood, and then Bonnie was like, do it. I mean, I understand that Caroline would probably be dead right now if they hadn't have done it, but Bonnie's the one who made the call. Marilyn moment. Matt being in love with Caroline. so cute. I realized that I didn't do bingo last episode. Number 1, Caroline is a vampire. It was either Caroline or Elena, which is what I guessed, and so it's Caroline. Number 2, we have a woman mayor. Even if it is interim, I did call that. So, that's it. Alaric is back, Rick is back, and I'm here for it. This creepy Lockwood dungeon, like, that was absurd, but obviously it's probably just to chain up the werewolves. Caroline's eye makeup has gotten really heavy since she became a vampire. Is that like symbolic, or did they just decide it looked better? Bonnie is being a brat. Again, go figure. Who would have guessed? I did. Like, grow up, Bonnie. Honestly, Bonnie is probably just mad because that carnival guy is the only guy that's ever looked at her. Caroline did refer to herself as an insecure, neurotic control freak on crack. We love a good self-aware girl. Good for you, Caroline. I feel like I'm complimenting Caroline a lot lately. Do I like her? No. But we saw the breakup of Marilyn, and while we're at it, that's a bingo guess that Matt and Caroline break up. Matt being like, the jealous girlfriend doesn't look good on you, or whatever he said. I was like, Matt, she has PTSD. Just be a little bit nicer. Still a Matt fan, though. Good looking boy. Kathy was back this episode. I love when Kathy is in it. I'm a big Catherine fan. The other bingo that we did complete was werewolves versus vampires. Cute Uncle Mason wolfed up, attacked Caroline. Stefan came in, I think, and tried to tackle him, and then Tyler appeared out of nowhere and called the whole thing off. We'll see where that goes. Right now. Episode 4. I think we're gonna dive in because the funniest part to me was the product placement for this, which is a bingo. Elena goes, oh, I love this song. It shows the Ford on the steering wheel, pans over to the voice thing, and Caroline goes, what's playing? If Elena loves the song, she already knows what's playing. That band also would have been product placement. 2-in-1 situation. Guys, Kathy and Stefan, they're kind of cute together. Elena and Stefan are doomed eventually anyways. I'm gonna start rooting for some other couples. I don't know why Tyler doesn't just like look up things about werewolves. Probably because Bing didn't pay enough money for product placement in this episode. That was super, super cool. When Stefan pulled the Vervain dart move on Kathy. Elena pulled it on him, and now he pulled it on Kathy. Uno reverse card. I don't love this torture style of Stefan. Doesn't look good on him. At first I was like, Caroline's such a brat, but then I realized when they were waiting for the tow truck that the entire thing is because Caroline is so afraid of Kathy. And I get it, I'd be scared of Kathy. I'd want to be her friend, because I'm a fan. But guys, we saw Catherine and Elena face to face. It was super brief, but it still happened. I think Tyler's gonna kill somebody. I think he's gonna unintentionally kill somebody though. He's gonna be like in on the whole vampire thing. And then he's gonna have to like stake somebody. And that's how it triggers the curse. The Lockwood curse. Cute Uncle Mason, his was probably from like a DUI. He strikes me as that kind of guy. I thought Alathan broke up for a hot minute, but it was fake. Good acting by the actors. Amy. Pretty sure that's the girl from Sweet Life on Deck who was in the pilot, Padma, and she was London's roommate. She was like, there's nothing you could do that would make me leave this school. And then London goes, 1 from the top, 2 from the bottom. And then she's like running past and she's like, I'm filthy rich. I might be wrong. We had a lot of super hearing in this episode. I get that they have super hearing, but they kind of used it a little bit more than they needed to. Caroline was being a huge team player in this episode. Like, her exposing herself to her mom, that was a big step. And it took a while, but I am officially a fan of Caroline. On the note of Caroline, I do feel bad for her. Like, she now has daddy and mommy issues. She's basically an orphan. Elena offering for Stefan to drink her blood is very weird. I was not enjoying that. I don't fully know why I didn't see Cute Uncle Mason and Catherine being a thing, because they both came to town at the same time and they're both supernatural, so like I should have seen it coming. I didn't. When I saw Cute Uncle Mason get into that car and then Catherine was there, I was like, oh, I was shocked. We love Kathy. Also, let's just discuss, Nina Dobrev has now made out with 3 different very attractive men on this show in 5 episodes. Like, good for her. I didn't wash my hair, so we're doing the hood for this recap. Not a lot happened this episode. Catherine was just being a baddie. like the whole time, and I was so here for it. I was like, you go girl. She's always like 12 steps ahead of everybody, and I aspire to be 12 steps ahead of everybody. I think that's so cool. Cute Uncle Mason, he's dead. On that note, we have completed another bingo because Damon killed somebody. I don't think this is actually the end of Alathan. Like, until Elena gets a new boyfriend and moves on, I'm not gonna count that as them breaking up. Oh, but then the very end of this episode, Catherine was like manipulating Matt. I was like really torn. I love Kathy, I love Matt, and I don't know whose side I'm on. I will always be an OG fan of Matt, so I was like, Kathy, leave him alone, but obviously still love her. I just ripped through another episode. At first I thought that maybe Tyler was gonna end up being the one to kill Kathy, which would have broken my heart, but then obviously that wasn't the case. Tyler killed Sarah, who I'm pretty sure is the girl from the Starving Games. I was like, what have I seen this girl in? So yeah, Tyler is officially a werewolf. While Kathy was compelling Matt, she was like, oh, you're so hot, now go away. And I was like, honestly, yeah, Kathy, he is hot. Kathy's so right. Love Kathy. Like, Catherine is just like an OP queen. She's overpowering, she is fantastic. I could go on for hours about how much of a baddie Catherine is, how cool Catherine is. I love her. I would love to see us get Marilyn back, but I think I'm gonna have to actually get over them. Caroline was a boss this episode. Kathy was a boss this episode. This Jeremy Bonnie thing happening, I am not a fan. I love Jeremy, and I do not love Bonnie. I think that Jeremy deserves way better. When Kathy held the moonstone and then she like collapsed, I was like, this can't be. She's not dead. There's no way she's dead. And I was correct. She's still standing. She's still going strong. Big fan, love to see it. I wish we could literally just spend the next episode as a 24/7 camera on Kathy in the tomb. I'm starting to sense a trend with all of the witches, and I don't know if they have to come from the same family. I feel like it's gonna get me canceled, but nothing wrong with it. All I can say is that I'm sensing a trend. Honestly, guys, I'm just binging right now. No shame. Not much to say about this episode. First, like, I think Elena is about to be like a human sacrifice or something. I'm not loving that. I did catch that their school's team name is the Timberwolves. I thought it was really ironic because Tyler and Caroline were outside like talking about how Tyler was a werewolf. I was like, Timberwolves, Tyler the werewolf. I'm not a huge fan of this entire original storyline. The OG guy, Elijah, I think is his name. I was like, okay, these guys are so powerful. Like, I feel like you can't kill them. I don't know where they're gonna go with it and how long it's gonna last, but like, it's just kind of dumb. Like, I feel like the writers could have done a lot better. And also, Elena went missing and everybody was like panicking for 24 hours. Where was Aunt Jenna? And then she shows up at home with like blood all over her sweater. Aunt Jenna, where are you? Caroline and Tyler. I'm here for it. I'll support Caroline and Tyler. They're kind of cute. I got tired of filming on my own bed because I just wanted like a change of scenery. And I actually really like this, being able to like sit like this and not have the camera like angling like up at my double chins. The lighting in here is brutal. I have a lamp set up. It's like right on my face. If I even look up at it, I'm blinded. But it's a sacrifice I'm willing to make for my 12 subscribers. This was an episode entirely about Kathy, and I loved it. I love Kathy, and so I love that we got to hear a little bit more about her and a little bit more about her backstory. I think it was really important for the storyline for us to hear this. This Luca person comes in, and the minute he looks at Bonnie and says hi, I'm like, oh, he's a witch. And also, him and his dad, they fit the trend that I noticed. Jeremy deserves way better than Bonnie, and so if Bonnie and Luca want to be together, like, by all means, go ahead. I don't like witchcraft in general, and so I'm not here for it. I don't need that. Oh man, we got to see how much of a mastermind Kathy really is. Like, what a queen. First off, she had everything figured out, from Caroline to Matt to Tyler to Elena. She was ready to go. Hats off. Again, she's just really smooth. She's really good at what she's doing. I admire it. And then her staying in the tomb. She's protected in the tomb. I mean, eventually, like, she's gonna want to get out, and I think that's maybe an issue further down the road. My heart broke for Elena this episode because, like, she just found out that her entire world has been set up to fall apart. Her best friend Caroline is supposed to die. Tyler, I don't know if they're friends. Tyler is supposed to die. She's supposed to die. That's hard. But do you know who my heart broke for even more? Was Kathy. We got this entire heartbreaking backstory about, you know, why she was exiled from her family and why she became a vampire. She actually had a heart back then. She's been masking that this entire time. When she was reading through that book, you could see that Kathy has a heart.
They say
Kathy's
small heart grew 3 sizes that day.
It's clearly beating. I just feel so bad for her. I just want her to be happy. Whatever it takes to make Kathy happy. And lastly, I'm not a fan of the fact that originals can compel vampires. This is a joke. Still not a fan of the original storyline. It's not getting any better. I'm gonna binge 2 more episodes tonight. So, I'll be back. See, now the sun's gone down and this light is like reflecting off of me. So momentarily I was like, Marilyn is getting back together. When Tyler walked out, I was like, okay, rip Marilyn. I'm over it at this point. Like, it's not gonna happen. I strongly believe that Caroline and Tyler are going to be a thing. Elijah. Who is this vampire? He's not killing Elena, but he's killing anybody who tries to get to Elena. What is going on? I can't for the life of me anymore figure out who's good and who's bad. I'm sure that's the point. I'm sure they want that misdirect, but it's bothering me. Elena's good, I think. Kathy's not good, but we still love her. There is room for redemption. If Damon gets 8 million chances, why doesn't Kathy get 8 million chances? Jeremy was a real team player in this episode, and I kind of agreed with his plan. Like, he was like, I'll go in, I have the Gilbert ring, like, she can't do anything to me. Yeah, because Damon was like, oh yeah, sure, send a 16-year-old in. Well then, I don't know, send Alaric in. Where was Rick during all of this? He's got a ring on too. And the end of the episode, super heroic of Stefan to throw himself in and save Jeremy. He didn't need to, but he did. I'm kind of hoping that Catherine and Stefan become a thing. I don't know why, because I love Elefin. I love Kathy more. I would like to see Stefan and Kathy happen. Stethrin. Oh my gosh. You guys do not understand how excited I was when I saw the Michaela McManus on the screen. Screw the episode, okay? We've got the one and only character that you hate to love, Lindsay, from One Tree Hill. Not to mention her in You. She was fantastic in that. Okay, so Michaela McManus plays Jules, who is Cute Uncle Tyler's female friend. The minute I saw her on the screen, I was like, okay, she's a werewolf. We did find out later on that she is, in fact, a werewolf, which means we'll probably get to see her quite a few times. I'm looking forward to that. I really loved the humor of Elena being on house arrest, because Damon and Jeremy were actually really funny during this, and they had a good dynamic going.
Change of plans. You babysit.
Hey, you know, you should get out. Enjoy the sun.
Oh, wait. You can't.
I just really enjoyed it. We got to see shirtless Tyler again. Hello. You do not understand how excited I got when Stefan and Catherine started making out in the tomb. Oh, this is it. And then he wakes up because Kathy is such an icon that she got into his head. Okay, and then Elijah being in their house. Here's the issue. Life would be so much easier if they would just tell Jenna what's going on. Explain the vampires, explain the werewolves, all of it. Or, better yet, compel Jenna not to let any strangers in the house ever. Or put a spell on it. Make it so that no vampires can enter the house. Elena wants to hang out with Stefan. She can go to their house. There are so many options to prevent what has happened in these 1.5 seasons, and nobody's taking them. Come on. Caroline was such a simp for Tyler, and I loved it. I didn't like Caroline or Tyler at the beginning of this entire series. It was just at the beginning of season 2 that I started liking Caroline. I'm still on the fence about Tyler, but I feel like they both bring out the best in each other, and I really do love the dynamic that they have going on. For Rotting in a Tomb, Kathy looked great. This Elijah, idiot, absolute idiot.
What are you?
An idiot sandwich.
If he doesn't free Kathy from that tomb, I am gonna be so mad. Like, ugh, let her out. Let her be free. Screw you, Elijah. I don't like Elijah. It is official. I do not like Elijah. And I don't even know what Klaus looks like, but I don't like Klaus either. All I can think of when I hear Klaus is that fish from American Dad. So, Klaus is a fish. I don't know. This was a jam-packed episode. This has been an interesting first half of the season. I don't know, guys. I'm just, like, so upset that Kathy is stuck in this tomb, and I'm so happy that we have Michaela McManus that I feel like I don't even want to touch on anything else. I'm probably gonna finish the season in the next 4 days, so. B-I-N-G-O and Bingo was his name. I don't even know anymore.